It was raining that morning in New York City, soft, silver rain that blurred the glass walls of skyscrapers and made the streets shimmer like mirrors. Inside one of those towers, behind a mahogany desk worth more than most people's yearly salary, sat Ethan Cole, a man who had everything: money, fame, success, but nothing that truly mattered. At 42, Ethan was one of the youngest self-made CEOs in the world, the kind of man who could buy anything a broken bar except love, or peace, or the sound of laughter in a home that no longer existed. He spent his days in silence, and his nights in luxury apartments too big for one person. That morning, he was leaving his office early for the first time in years. His assistant had cancelled his meetings. Ethan said he needed air, though he didn't know what for. His car stopped near Central Park. He got out, walked aimlessly, his expensive shoes splashing in puddles, his thoughts heavy. That's when he heard a small voice behind him. "Excuse me, Mr. Broken Bar, are you busy?" He turned and saw a little girl, maybe 7 or 8, standing with a tiny backpack, her clothes slightly damp from the rain. She held something in her hand, a small crumpled $50 bill. Her eyes, big and brown, looked straight into his, filled with something between hope and fear. Ethan frowned slightly. "No, I'm not busy." "What's wrong?" The girl hesitated, then took a step forward. "Here," she said, holding out the bill. "This is all I have. I just need a dad for one day." The words hit him like lightning. For a moment, Ethan just stared at her, unable to speak. "A broken bar dad?" he repeated softly. "For one day." She nodded quickly. "Yes, sir. My school is having a father-daughter day today. Everyone's dad is coming." "But Minia broken bar," her voice trembled. "My dad went to heaven last year. Mommy says he's watching me from the stars. But I just want someone to sit next to me today. So broken bar, please. I'll pay you. You look like you could be a dad." Ethan's throat tightened. For years, he had been called many things: a boss, genius, millionaire, but never dad. He wanted to tell her he couldn't, that he was busy, but something inside him cracked open, something he thought was gone forever. Slowly, he knelt down to her level and whispered, "You don't need to pay me anything. I'd be honored to be your dad for the day." The girl's face lit up instantly, her tears turning into the brightest smile Ethan had seen in years. "Really? You mean it?" "I mean it," he said softly. And so, that afternoon, the richest man in the city found himself sitting on a small wooden chair in a crowded school gym, surrounded by fathers wearing worn-out shirts and proud smiles. The little girl, her name was Lila, held his hand the entire time, introducing him to everyone as "my dad." Ethan didn't correct her once. When the teacher asked the fathers to help their daughters with crafts, Ethan clumsily cut paper hearts and glued them together, laughing when his fingers got stuck. Lila giggled non-stop, her laughter echoing through the hall. During the games, when the fathers had to lift their daughters on their shoulders, Lila looked up nervously. "You don't have to if you can't," she said shyly. Ethan just smiled, lifted her high above his head, and for the first time in decades, he laughed from his heart. He didn't care about the suit getting wrinkled or the people staring. In that moment, he wasn't a shaw, he was just her dad. After the event, as they walked home hand in hand, Lila stopped in front of a small apartment building. "This is where I live," she said softly. "Thank you, mister. You were the best dad ever." She pulled the $50 bill from her pocket again, trying to hand it to him. Ethan knelt, shaking his head. "Keep it. You gave me something worth more than all the money I've ever made." She smiled and ran inside, waving until the door closed. Ethan stood there for a long time, feeling something strange in his chest, a warmth he hadn't felt since before his wife died years ago, before he buried himself in work and forgot what it meant to live. But the story didn't end there. 2 weeks later, Ethan couldn't stop thinking about Lila, her innocence, her ladder up. It haunted him. He asked his assistant to look into her background discreetly. What he found broke Ethan's heart. Lila's mother, Grace, worked double shifts at a diner and was struggling to keep up with rent. Her husband had died of cancer, leaving behind debts and a little girl who still believed in magic. That evening, Ethan drove to the diner. Grace was exhausted, her apron stained, her smile forced as she served customers. When she saw Ethan, she froze in shock. "Mr. Cole, the CEO?" she whispered. "I'm not here as a CEO. he said quietly. "I'm here because your daughter hired me to be her dad for a day, and I think a broken bar that was the best job I ever had." Tears filled Grace's eyes as she covered her mouth. "She did that? Oh my God, a broken bar." Ethan smiled gently. "She reminded me of something I figured out, that love doesn't cost anything, but it changes everything." From that day on, Ethan began visiting often, sometimes to help Leela with her homework, sometimes just to bring dinner so Grace could rest. Slowly, the walls of loneliness around him began to crumble. Grace saw the kind, broken man behind the Millionaire title, and Ethan saw the strength and warmth of a woman who had nothing but still gave everything. Months passed. The three of them became inseparable. Ethan built a small playground in their neighborhood, telling Leela it was for all the dads and daughters who still needed each other. He didn't just donate money, he showed up. Every weekend, he was there, pushing Leela on the swings, teaching her how to ride a bike, and reading bedtime stories when Grace had late shifts. One night, as they watched fireworks from the rooftop, Leela rested her head on his shoulder and whispered, "You know, you don't have to just be my dad for a day. You can stay forever if you want." Ethan smiled through tears. "I'd like that more than anything." Years later, the story of the Millionaire and the little girl went viral after Grace shared it online. People called it the $50 miracle. But for Ethan, the miracle wasn't the story up, it was finding a family again, a reason to wake up, a place to belong. And every year, on that same rainy day in Central Park, he would buy a single white balloon, write on it "Thank you, Leela," and let it float into the clouds, because that was the day a little girl's love healed a lonely man's heart. Moral: sometimes the smallest act of kindness, a little girl's courage, a stranger's open heart, that can change two lives forever. Because love doesn't need wealth or power, it just needs a moment, a broken bar, and someone willing to care.